Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas 2024. Merry Christmas 2024. Just jumping on here to do a quick live. Wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. So, how you guys doing? This is Lucy from Delaware. I hope you guys are doing okay. Just jumping on here for a quick live. Kabla nitoke niende nione what's going on. It's about 1:40 p.m. It's very cold. It's December, so it's the winter. But sherehe ziko tu. Sherehe ziko. So I hope wherever you are enjoying yourself. I hope that you're counting your blessings. I hope that you are grateful for what you have. A lot of times we tend to complain about what we don't have, and instead of appreciating what we have. So I hope you could hear me in the beginning. I was playing that song, Feliz Navidad. I hope you could hear me. But anyway, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. I wish you God's blessings. I wish you prosperity as you wind up the year, as you begin the new year 2025. I hope that God will bless you and will meet you at the point of your needs, whatever you prayed for, whatever goals that you had for 2025, whatever aspirations you are looking forward to attaining. I hope that you do that. I am here today. I actually did myself what you call it, staycation. So I'm just doing it a little bit differently this time. It's a time for meditation. It's a time for self-actualization, realization, so internally looking at myself to see what changes can I make in my life. Because a lot of times we tend to neglect ourselves. We take care of so many people like simultaneously, and we kind of neglect ourselves. So I'm using this year, 2024, the Christmas, the holiday season, as a season for just looking within myself and trying to figure out how can I be a better person for me, for myself, number one, and also for my family. So I really appreciate you guys. First of all, let's start with your support for my channel. As we wind up the year, let me be the first to say thank you for supporting me with my channel. I really appreciate that. I started my YouTube channel actively in June of 2023. June, July, hapo hivyo in the summer. So I figured I would just, start the YouTube channel because I had finished school and my husband had passed away, and I was trying to fill my time with something constructive so that my mind will not be scattering all over the place. So I started my YouTube channel to keep me busy, and also because I love doing it. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I watched YouTube videos to learn about YouTube, which is what a lot of people do. And step by step, not that I know what I'm doing right now, but it's a little bit better with your support and your encouragement, and keep encouraging me to keep pushing, keep posting videos. I have seen the growth, and I appreciate that. Reverend Prophet Eric Osei Karikari, thank you. Thank you for joining me. You're watching me from Ghana. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, all my fans in Africa. Habari zenu, what are you guys doing? How did you celebrate? I know it's towards the evening now. Mbuzi mulichoma, like what festivities did you have? Time with family? Did you guys travel to the village? Like, what did you guys do? Let me know. And if you're in the US or in the diaspora, what are you planning to do today? Are you gathering with family? Are you doing a solo staycation like me? Or what are you doing? What are you doing? Let me know. Just like I said, I was just stopping in here to thank you for supporting my channel, for the encouragement on the times that I felt like life was really difficult. I know last week I posted a video that I was talking about how tired I am of the rat race and just chasing my tail every day. And I was surprised, very, very surprised to see that it's a lot of people that are going through that, but hakuna mtu anataka kuongea. Nobody wants to talk about it. So I know you guys will watch this video later. Oh, I dropped something. I know you'll watch this video later. Mkishamaliza sherehe, when you finish your celebrations. But if you come across this video, I just wanted to say that I know it's kind of embarrassing sometimes, and people get ashamed of talking about whatever struggles they're going through. And I know in 2024 there are a lot of people that were going through very many challenges, which include mental health challenges. People are going through depression, stress, high levels of stress, but they don't want to talk about it because of many reasons. Because of they're afraid that watu watawaongea, people are going to gossip about them because they are not real with themselves. I feel like if we are real with ourselves, like if you're living, if you live a real life, if you're true to yourself, then you would not worry about what other people say. You will live your life according to your terms. So, regardless of what other people say, I feel like we should just express our struggles, because in expressing our struggles, maybe you're saving somebody else who's going through that same. So, as we go through the holidays, I pray that whatever issues you have, I pray that you are going to overcome. I pray that 2025 is going to be better for all of us. I pray that we are going to fulfill our heart's desire in whatever it is that we are planning to do in 2025. If you're looking for work and you don't have a job and you're looking for a source of income, I hope that that comes through for you. If you're looking for a relationship, whether it's romantic relationship or just good connections with people, I pray that you get that. If you're looking for peace of heart, like your heart is not at peace and you're looking for peace, I pray that you get that. I pray that that comes through for you. So in whatever you do, as you continue to celebrate this Christmas holiday season, remember your goals in life and figure out how you're going to work towards those goals. That's all I can say. And for everybody who left me comments on my channel when I posted the video, I'm coming live because a lot of people have sent me messages, private messages, wondering if I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. I think it was life happens. That is life. Life is life, by the way. Sometimes you're up here and sometimes you're really at the bottom, and that's how life is. So for checking on me, those people who kept asking me if I'm good, I decided to come on live so you guys can see that I'm okay. I'm okay. But I do appreciate you, people that don't even know me, people that were finding my channel for the first time. Many people that found my channel for the first time in the diaspora, because my channel is usually like I talk about immigration and ways to come to the US. And most people who are already in the US do not need that information because they are already here. So most of my fans and most of my followers are usually in Africa or in Kenya, especially because I try to gather information for you guys of how you can come to the US. But that was a different video that I did because I was under a lot of stress, and there was a lot that was going on in my life, still is, but we move forward, we push forward. but I needed to come on live just so that I wasn't able to respond to everybody individually to tell them that I'm okay. So I wanted people to see that I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate you reaching out and for the concern that you showed me. So thank you very much. I really appreciate, and all the comments that you guys sent me. I will find time to do a video, because what I found is, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video last week. It's called the title of the video is I'm tired, because I was really tired at that particular time. You know, those days that you're like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on in my life. Like, things are not making sense, right? And I decided to do a video just in case there was anybody else who is going through that. So I did that video. I was very, very distressed. I was very depressed at that time. I felt like I do my best, like every day, and most people do that. I do my best. I wake up every day. I go do the job. I get paid, and then you don't see where the money is going, and that is the cycle of life here in the U.S. And I call that the rat race. I guess that's what it's called, the American rat race. And Daniel Muli, hi, Merry Christmas. You're watching me from Makueni, Kenya. Wapi chakula? Ebu nirushieni hapa zile vitu mnakula. So I did that video because I was just wondering, kwani am I the only one going through these things? Are there other people going through that, right? And the response I got was overwhelming to me. It was very, very good to see people coming together to participate in the comment section, to talk about the issues that are affecting us here, especially the immigrants, Africans from various parts of the world, from Africa, coming to the diaspora, and more importantly, coming to the US. Because what we feel like is like, ukishaingia hapa, once you get in here, it's like now you have access to all the money and everything. But we fail to mention or to talk about the things that actually kick your butt when you get here. And if there's anybody who would like to join the live, if come out a form, you can just come up here and talk to me a little bit before I shut down the live. Hi, John Daniel Sasa. Hi, Lucy, and everyone watching. Greetings from the UK. Munapika nini? What time is it in the UK, Uko? What's going on over there? Is it cold? What are you guys? How are you celebrating? Let me know. Let me know what you guys are doing, how you spent your holiday, how you spent your Christmas, and all. What are you planning to do if you're in the US? Are you meeting with family? Are you chomaing nyama choma, mbuzi choma, kuku choma? Let me know. So I was talking about the American rat race and the assumption that once you get here, you're just exposed to all this money. And it's difficult to talk to people and tell them, you know what, sometimes Sinado, I don't have money sometimes. And people are ashamed to say that. And we have this thing of, okay, ukiwa maju, when you're in the US, you can't tell people no. You can't say no because you're afraid that watakuongelelea, they'll talk about you and say, oh, that person is in the US, that person is in America, but they can't even afford $30 to send me so I can nikule Christmas vizuri. But you don't understand that sometimes we deny ourselves a lot just so we can get by here. And this is not a complaining video. This is not the purpose of that. This is an informational video just to let you know the facts, the raw truth about what goes on here. Susan Dono, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Watching me from Juja, Kenya. Thank you for watching. Susan, munafanya nini? What are you guys doing? Mumepika nini? Mukimo, chapati, kuku? What's going on in Kenya? Najua sherehe ziko huko. I'm sure you guys are having a blast. So let me know what you guys are doing. So over the past years, I've been having I would go to somebody's home, family, and I don't have family here. It's just myself and and my daughter. So we would do something together. This year, I took a solo vacation. She's doing her own thing, and we just wanted to do that this year. We decided that that's what we're going to do this year, just to see whether we can refocus our attention to important things. Susan, umesemaje? Umesema Juja mnafanya nini? Mnapika nini? All right. Hi, Moses. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. How are you? Merry Christmas from Vancouver, Washington. I was just coming on this live just to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, because I'm not able to send you, everybody, all my followers, an individual message or card or text to let them know that I'm wishing you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. How is everyone? Moses, Lois, how are the kids? What are you guys doing today? How is everyone? John unasemaje? I've seen people living from paycheck to paycheck just so that they please and show people back abroad they have made it, but in real life wanateseka. People out here are struggling. Aki ni ukweli. It's very true. It's very true, because I know for a fact that I've done that. And most of the things that I'm starting to talk about now on my channel, because I have this platform, and I feel like, and somebody told me the other day that he appreciates the fact that I'm using my platform to talk about things that are affecting us here, Africans in the US. And I'm not ashamed to talk about that, because it's a fact. It's a fact. And I know for a fact there are other people that are doing the same thing, but they don't want to say anything because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed. It's okay to say no. I've come to learn that. It's okay to say no. Be true to ourselves. I think that's what we fail to do here in the US. We fail to be true to ourselves because of the high standards that we are held at by the people back home. But I feel like if we communicate with them to let them know, to be real with people. Hii mambo ya kushindanga mumeweka fake life so that you can please other people. I think that's where we are going wrong. I think we need to be true to ourselves. And so that when people come to you and ask for, and I'm not saying we shouldn't help, of course we'll help if we can, but hakuna haja ya kujistress sana to a point where you're like draining yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Fill your cup, or even hata kama ni nusu, have it half full so that you can you're able to send or share with other people. Child of God, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, McKenna. Hi, how are you? Uko wapi? Where are you guys? When you text me, when you put a chat there, let me know where you're watching from. Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching. What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? So part of the conversations that came up when I was talking about the rat race was that if you're employed, like if you're working 9 to 5, the potential for you to just be paycheck to paycheck is very high. Like, because you work, and one of these days I'll go over a paycheck so that you guys can see the deductions that come from there. Because unaweza sikia unalipangwa 80K, for example, $80,000 a year. So that's your gross payment. But that's not what you get finally. That's not what you take home. So between that 80K and the money that you get hapa chini, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because umetolewa medical, social security, Medicare, vision, dental. If you have 401k, hiyo imetoka. If you have life insurance, maybe from work, that one is out. if you have, what other deductions are there? There's so many deductions. Taxes, federal tax inatolewa and state tax inatolewa. So by the time you finish, you look at your check, you're like, wow, okay. And also there's a thing called the tax bracket. And that's why sometimes we ask ourselves, so let's say you go to school, you get promoted, you're moving higher. You're moving higher in life as far as promotions and stuff. But the higher you move, the tax bracket becomes bigger, it changes. So if you are, like, for example, when I was a CNA, let's say just randomly, I don't remember how much I was making. Was it 30,000 a year? I don't remember. It was back in the day. So if you're making 35,000 a year, you're in a lower tax bracket. You're in a lower tax bracket. So you're not, the percentage of the federal tax that you have to pay is not that much, is smaller. So the higher your paycheck becomes, the higher your annual gross income is, the more percentage of the tax. So now the more you go, the more you get taxed. So I'm like, what is the point? What is the point? What's the point? Because when I was, and now it makes sense, because at that time I didn't have that knowledge. You know, when you first come to the US, you don't understand. Now I'm grasping more issues and more things about the American system. And I'm getting a lot of education, like from people. That video in itself has over 600 comments from people, the I'm tired video. And I'm learning, and I read each and every comment. If you've noticed, I read each and every comment, and I try to analyze and I internalize. Like I don't just peruse through, I read and try to see what that person is saying. And I'm getting a lot of information. And most of the people that are commenting are from the diaspora. They're from the US, they're from Germany, they're from Europe, they're from the Gulf. And so we find that we are all going through similar things. We are all going through similar things. Lakini hakuna mtu anataka kuongea, nobody wants to say anything. So I'm like, me, I'll say something, because we're in this together. We're in this together. And I'm not saying that we are all struggling. Of course, kuna wale washa nini wameomoka. There are people who have other sources of income, and that's the advice that a lot of people are giving us as immigrants coming from Africa, that we should not just depend on a paycheck. We should not just depend on a paycheck, okay? So we should have other forms of income, money coming in from other areas, so that, God forbid, hata hiyo job iishe, like abruptly, because like in our state, hiring and firing is at will. You can go ask for a job. The employer will decide to hire you or not hire you, and you can leave at your own will. So nobody's going to mandate you to stay employed. So you're hired and you're fired at will. So let's say suddenly you wake up in the morning and you're jobless because of something, I don't know. And especially in healthcare, somebody can just easily say you did something to them as a patient, and then now you've been put on administrative suspension or leave pending investigation. And if that is proven to be true, that you're guilty of the thing that you've been accused of, you're out of a job, or you don't even have a license anymore to practice. So the advice that I'm getting from the people in the comment section, most of them are Americans. I've got messages from Caucasians, from African American men and women, from Africans who have been successful here in the US, and those who are still struggling. And the thing that most people are saying is that we should have more than one source of income. Let me read your comments and see what you guys are saying. Si nilikuwa nafikiria munapika. I thought you guys were cooking. I thought I'll be here in 2 minutes and be out. John Daniels nasema, If only us guys as immigrants would live life to our level and not try so much to fake, most of the mental problems will be nowhere to talk about. I always say to people, live according to your means. Yes, and that was the general consensus, that we tend to live above our means, and then we complain we complain that life is hard. But sometimes, even when you try that much to live within your means, life bado inakutandika. I don't know. I don't know kama ni inflation. I'm not sure whether it's inflation or what. I'm not sure. But living within your means, that is important. And I think we talked about credit cards. Hizo nazo ndio kitu ingine. Credit cards. Child of God, you're watching from Nebraska, USA. Thank you for watching. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Moses, you're doing well. A mellow Christmas day here. Best wishes from everyone here. We love you. And Veronica. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Happy holidays. Salimia kila mtu uko Vancouver. I'm sure kuna baridi. I'm sure it's cold. Is it colder than here? Yeah, I'm sure it's cold over there. John nasema credit card pia zimesumbua immigrants vibaya. People were just happy to go for it without taking time to learn about it. I feel sorry for guys who got themselves into bad debts through credit cards. Yeah. Yep. Credit cards, by the way, I know there are people who recently won the DV 2025 or 2024 or even 2023. Those people are still new here. So if you're one of those people, please be careful with the credit cards. Be careful with them, because once you establish your credit kidogo tu hivi, you're going to start getting very, very many offers for credit cards, and it's like free money. Free in quotations, because it's not free. It's really not free, because people don't pay attention to the high rates of interest, the interest rates. Some of them are as high as 30-something%. I just got a letter from one of my credit card companies talking about, we are writing to let you know that your interest rate has been increased, not mine, but the card's interest rate for everybody. I'm not sure if it's for everybody or just me. I didn't pay them no mind, because I don't even use that card anymore. Has been increased from 27% to like 30-something%. I was like, wait, what? What? So I was like, no, I'm not using it. I don't use it. And then there's a thing about don't close your credit card accounts, because the credit history matters. And then there was a thing about, if you don't use the credit for a long time. There was a time I had an old credit card, and they closed it. They took all the money back because I wasn't using it. So they want you to stay in debt. And I'm like, I don't want to use the credit card. I want to use the debit card. And I know they're like advantages and disadvantages. And I'm not even a financial professional or anything, but at least I know that. I know there are advantages and disadvantages of using a credit card. So my thing is, just be wise. Be wise about how you spend your credit cards. There's good credit and bad credit, and you can use credit to make your life better, right? You can leverage credit to be for your own advantage. Child of God, I had to start another stream of income after realizing I had no plan for my retirement. What? Retirement kwanza sasa hiyo ni nini? You know, when I look at our lives now, and I'm like, okay, so retirement here in the US, I think minimum requirement for retirement is 65, or is it 63? 65. You can push it to 67. But what I'm seeing is that people are still coming back to work after retirement. They're coming back to work because their social security income that they're supposed to get, or they get after retirement, is not enough. It's not enough. So they come back to work, they work less hours, because after you retire, you're just limited to a certain number of hours that you can work. But now retirement, man. So for retirement here, what we do is you can either, through your job, if you have a retirement, if they have a retirement 401k, some people have the regular 401 or the Roth 401k. One is before taxes, one is after taxes, deductions after taxes, and the other one is deductions before taxes. So you have that option to start saving money. So, for example, if you're working for a company that matches your deductions, like for example, your savings. So let's say from your paycheck, you get gross income of $4,000. Let's say random number. $4,000 is what you get per, I think it's per paycheck. So they deduct per paycheck, $4,000 per paycheck. And then you say, you choose the percentage that you want them to deduct. So for example, you say 4%. So 4% of the $4,000, they're going to use it and save it for you for retirement and invest in some kind of investment fund that you have chosen. And that is usually done upon hire, like within the first few months of hire. You sign up for that and you start, and your deductions can begin. And I think it's for full-time or part-time. It depends on the place that you're working. And then there's some companies that will match that if up to a certain percent, like maybe up to 4%. So they're like, whatever your deductions are, they will match that to up to 4%. So you keep doing that every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, every paycheck. And by the time you know it, hopefully, if you keep it up, the higher the percentage of deduction, the more money that you'll be able to invest in. And the hope is that by the time you're turning 65 or you're retiring, you will have money for spending. But if you look at the inflation, my friend, I don't even know if that's going to be enough unless you're saving half your check, which is not possible, because how are you going to pay your bills? You know what I mean? The other option is to have your own like individual retirement account, and then you do that. You do the same thing. You just putting money there. You can do Roth or you can do like regular. Man, retire. That's a whole different topic, man. That's a whole different topic. We can spend all day trying to figure out how we're going to save for retirement. But most people said business, start a business, start another stream of income. Shitika, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Chimwemwe Namaya, how late can it be to fill the DS260 form? Like 4 months after. Is it too late? 4 months after what? 4 months after winning? You still have a chance. You still have a chance. Just go ahead and complete it. And also it depends on your case number. You don't want to be too late. You need to hurry up and complete your DS260 so that they can start working on that. Yeah, so I was just coming up here to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and to thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. I think now we are at, I'm not sure, 9,000 subscribers. 9,000 subscribers. So my email address, by the way, for those who want us to connect, is Lucymwangiusa. Okay, child of God, I'll look at it. You left me your number, and maybe we can talk on the side. My email address, for those who are asking, is lucymwangiusa@gmail.com if you want to send me a message. It's just that YouTube doesn't have an inbox. lucymwangiusa@gmail.com. Okay. Yeah, YouTube doesn't have a Gmail, not a Gmail, but an inbox. So you can use my email. Thank you. Thank you, child of God. McKenna, thank you so much. So Wakenya mko wapi? Mnapika nini leo? Christmas Day. Today's Christmas Day. Just jumping on this live to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year 2025. What goals do you have for 2025? What goals? And the goals that you had for 2024, did they materialize? Did they come true? What plans had you put for yourself, and were you able to meet them? I don't even remember if I had set any plans, because sometimes when I set plans, I don't know what happens. On the way, something happens, and something happens, and then I don't fulfill my whatever plans that I had said I would do. And most of that hata niliacha kusema hiyo, that I'll go to the gym. That one I keep saying with my mouth. I don't ever go. Mackenzie, looking good, Lucy. Hopefully next Christmas I'll be in Delaware. Okay. Tuko hapa. If we don't hammer from Delaware, we'll be here. You let us know. You will let us know. Ukikuja. Where are you at, Mackenzie? Are you in Kenya? Ama mko wapi? Is there anybody here that played the DV lottery and won and is about to come to the US, is making those plans? If you are, please watch my videos. Please watch my playlist. It's called Life in America, the playlist. I only put videos in that playlist that specifically talk about life in America and things that I feel like you would know. You would need to know, especially when you're new in America. Sarah John, thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to John Daniels YouTube channel. I think amefikisha 500. John, umefikisha 500 subscribers. Keep supporting him. YouTube is, we like to do YouTube. We like this platform. We like that we can interact with you guys. We like that you guys support us, and we appreciate. So make sure you subscribe to John Daniels 254. He shows you life in the UK. He shows you life in the UK. Thank you, John. John is my neighbor from Bahati. I'm from Bahati, Nakuru, Kenya, and John is my neighbor. Oh, wow. Umefikisha 540. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's the way to go. One day at a time. Keep posting your videos. Ata mimi. Keep posting your videos. Keep encouraging people. Keep showing us the UK, because we don't know when we'll ever get there. Some people might never, ever get to the UK. Some people might never come to the US. So we tell them about the places that we've been so that they can have an idea, and also so that if they ever come here, they will have an idea of how to navigate. So congratulations, John. Congratulations. Keep posting. Keep posting the videos. True Kenyan. Where uko wapi? Where are you? Which Nakuru are you? Because as we are from Bahati, myself and John, we are from Bahati, hapo karibu na Jomo Kenyatta High School. So where are you from, True Kenyan? I like your name. True Kenyan. Ama uko hapa? Are you in the US? Maybe uko US na usemi. Anyway, today I sikuwa na story mob. I just came in to check in on you guys to wish you a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Remember the reason for Christmas. I think we just thank you. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas, John, and a Happy New Year. Sometimes in America, not just in America, because I don't remember this. By the way, let me ask you guys before I leave and before we leave. In Kenya, when we were growing up, Christmas was different. And then when I came to America, it just looks different. It's so materialistic. In Kenya, it used to be family. We would go cut some kind of tree from kwa barabara, from the road. We'll just cut a small, like, a tree. We would cut it and do a simple Christmas tree. We would put, hey, Mazay, we were not rich. So we'll just improvise something like cotton balls will be the snow, and then the ribbons, and then we will put success. You guys remember that? We will put like success cards on the tree, and that's how, and balloons, maybe balloons. And we used to do that the night before, the 24th, kama jana. So last night we would not sleep. It would be like decorating the house, putting ribbons and stuff and all that, and then making the katri there on the side. And then we would, so maybe if you're lucky, you would get a new pair of shoes, or maybe a new outfit to go to church with the next day on Christmas morning, or sometimes nothing. But it was just that celebration of family, and we were okay with that because it wasn't so materialistic. Here, yani, it's like the difference is here, somebody would prefer not to see you, but they want to see the gift that you're getting. So it's more gift oriented. Like, what are you getting me for Christmas? What are you getting me? What are you getting me? And the traditions are different. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just comparing. So what is you guys' experience about that, about Christmas, the spirit of Christmas and the Christmas tradition? How is it in your country? How is it in Ghana? How is it in is it just gifts? Oh, wait. True Kenyan. I know exactly where that is. I was born and raised in Nakuru, Kansas. Oh, okay. Sawa. Kwa hivyo uko hapa lakini you were born in... Okay. Kwa hivyo tuko neighbors ama? Hi Teresa, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you guys. Mko aje? Mmepika chapati? Mmepika nini? I'm sure you guys have cooked. Teresa is my sister from Kenya. Hi guys. Hi everyone. If everyone in Kenya is watching, my family, Uncle Steve, kina Tabitha, Wangare, Wanja, Jane, Kongo, and all your families. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. Yeah, it was... It was a cypress tree, man. And I think it's the same tree that we used to cut like a small branch, and we would brush our teeth with. You guys remember that? That we would, like, going to school. Hey. Me, I started brushing my teeth. No wonder our teeth in Kenya sometimes, growing up in Kenya sometimes, Ukoko village, our teeth are bad. Me, I started brushing my teeth with a toothbrush and toothpaste when I was, I think, in secondary school, when we went to boarding school, because we used to brush our teeth with that cypress tree. I think it was. You would cut the branch, you would chew it, and then you use it as a toothbrush. True Kenyans, US Christmas is mostly gifting, but in Kenya it's gathering to eat. Gifting is exhausting, but I get it. Having lived here, the three wise men came bearing gifts, so I get it. I understand, but sometimes your pressure. And going back to what I was saying about the cost of living being so high and people living paycheck to paycheck, so you feel like you're pressured to buy gifts for people, and people are afraid to say no, that are, you're not able to do that, because that's the tradition, that the expectation is Christmas time, so buy the gifts. Haron Jati, Merry Christmas. Hi Haron, how are you? Where are you watching from? Merry Christmas. What do you guys cook today? Did you go to shags with family or what? Teresa, how was your Christmas? What did you guys do? Did you guys go to Kiambu, or where did you guys go? You guys go to Nakuru? Let me know. So guys, if you don't have any other comments, I was just jumping on here quickly to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I have put my email address up there if anybody would like to connect with me about if you're in the US or if you're in the diaspora, or hata kama you're in Kenya and you have questions, or you're in Africa and you have questions. If I don't know the answers, I can find out. But mostly for the people in the US or in the diaspora that are going through the struggles of parenting, the struggles of living paycheck to paycheck, we can get together, find a forum where we can discuss what to do, and get ideas from other people who are also doing big things. What big things are people doing to get money so that they can sustain this inflation? Because sometimes it's not because we are living beyond our means. Some of these things that in Kenya would be considered luxury, they are necessities. So it's just a matter of like finding out what to buy within the amount of income that you get. Like, for example, a car. When I was in Kenya, I wasn't driving. I didn't need a car. I never needed one because there's public transport from point A to point B. I thought a car, when I look back now, the car would have been a nuisance for me. So I'd rather just take public transportation to go to work or school or wherever I was going. But here, especially in Delaware, you need the car. So that is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And so some people back home might say, uko na gari, you have this, you have a big house. It's not the big house. That's how the houses are built. That's how the houses are built. So then the apartments, they come that way. They look like they are very luxurious and expensive. That's how they're built. So now you have to go figure out which one can you afford, number one, but which one also meets your needs. If you have a family, like let's say, for example, you win the green card and you have a family of 3, you and your wife or your husband, and then plus 3 kids, that's like 5 people. You're not going to go live in like a small place. You won't fit. So you just you're forced to you're forced to live in those houses. That's how the houses are built. So yes, we try to live within our means, but most of the things that we get here, they are necessities. They're not luxuries. It's just something that you need in order to survive here. So my email address, if anybody wants to connect to talk about the struggles of Africans or immigrants in America, what challenges are we facing, and how can we overcome that? How can we help each other? Merry Christmas, true Kenyan. Teresa, you're having a good time in Kiambu. Is it cold there? Is it cold? Yeah, I'm sure. No, sijui. Is it cold? Because hapa kuna baridi. It's very, very cold here now. It's cold. Actually, yesterday it looked like it was going to snow, and then it didn't. Is it snowing anywhere today? I don't know. A lot of people wanted to have a white Christmas, but I don't know if they got that. We didn't get it. It was just freezing cold, but all right. All right, you guys. If you don't have any other questions or anything you want to say, I want to thank you for jumping in to my live. In Kenya, we are now living below our means, watching from Nairobi. Hey, hata sisi Haron, hata sisi tumetambua life. Lately, I don't know what has happened I was telling somebody I felt like life was easier back in the day, like even 5 years ago. Even 5 years ago, I feel like life was a little bit easier. So your inflation imeenda aje? I'm not sure what happened because the paycheck makes no sense nowadays. And that's why everybody's saying make have another source of income, actually multiple sources of income. And then other people are saying like if you're here, then make your money here and then go invest and then go back home. And we can have that conversation another day because that's a long conversation. But there's people who have done that. There's a lady who, when I was newish here, she was a CNA, her and her husband, they made their money, they bought a house here, and then after a while they moved back. At that time, me had just got here and I was like, how can they even think about going back? Because I was so excited about being here and everything. But now I see what they saw. So they ended up selling their house here and they settled back in Nairobi. So that's an option in the comment section. People are talking about that. So we can have a conversation about that and how people are able to do that. True Kenyan, the cost of living has not kept up with inflation. $100 went farther just 10 years. It's true. 10 years ago, housing also depends on school district, states you live in, and the ability to commute to work effectively. That's true because if you have to take a bus, if you live closer to, the transportation system network, if maybe you live in DC, but if you live in DC, that means the cost of living is going to be high there. So even if you're cutting the cost in transportation, are you really cutting the cost in accommodation and stuff and other expenses? I'm not sure. It's like you have to weigh your options. You have to see what works for you. You have to look at your income and then determine what you're going to do with it. You have to look at your income, all sources of income. If you have more sources of income, you got to look at that and then see if that your money can afford whatever it is that you're trying to do. Sindio? Yeah. So cancers, how is the cost of how cancers maaren wanalipo how much? Are you in healthcare or in tech? What do you guys do? What jobs do we do when we come here? Nursing, we do healthcare, we do tracking business, we do IT. But watu wamechanuka siku hizi. It's not just healthcare. Healthcare is stressful, by the way. So people are shunning away from that, especially after COVID. Not many people want to do nursing and all that healthcare stuff anymore. So a lot of people are moving away from that and doing other things. Tech, especially our Gen Zs and the millennials, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They're trying to own their own business. They wanna be influencers. They wanna be. They don't want to be that. They don't want to be in healthcare. So, man. Hi, Thomas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you from Kigali, Rwanda. Did you guys celebrate Christmas? What did you guys make? Did you guys make any special food and gather with family and all that good stuff, music and all that, right? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm having this live stream today just to connect with my fans to let you know that I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. For those people who thought that that I wasn't okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. True Kenyan, I think it's very diverse. There are folks in every industry. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I said, when I first came to the US, most people were directing us into healthcare mostly because at that time that it was marketable. It's still marketable, but it's super stressful nowadays. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's the kind of patients that have changed, the level of acuity, the diseases are just, the people are sicker. People are sicker. They're not, it's not the same like it used to be before. Most kids who come here on the parents with green card or born here are doing different things. Most are more successful than their parents and the larger community network present. Akiebu, we should learn from them. These kids are not playing. They are not playing around. You see a 19-year-old doing something online and making all this money. And yet you have to wake up every morning, go to work, come back, do that like 10 times in 2 weeks or something so that you can get your paycheck. And then you're looking at that paycheck and it's not even doing whatever you need it to do. But then these kids are doing online things and they're just doing what they love and making bank. So we need to learn something. We need to learn something. The one thing that I've noticed with this generation, the new generation, is they're free spirited. They're not afraid to follow their dreams. They're not they don't want to be put in a box. They don't want to be the society to restrict them, to tell them what they can and they cannot do. And I was talking to one of they're not teenagers now, they are young adults, and they were like, they have seen us struggling, they have seen us suffering, and they don't want to suffer like us. I'm like, why would I go work a 9 to 5 seeing how you are struggling? I don't want the same life. You know what I mean? It's like the 9 to 5 is not cutting it. And I'm not bashing 9 to 5. I'm just saying that it doesn't seem to be what it used to be before. So the new generation, they're very free spirited. They do what they want to do. They follow their hearts. And they're making it. They're making it. They take their time to make decisions about what they want to do in life. And they don't just want to do something because their parents told them to follow that path. They want to listen to their heart and they want to follow their dreams. Fistam Abera. Fisam Abera. I hope I will be there sometime after with H-1B visa with my family. I am a medical lab from Ethiopia. All the best. All the best. All the best in Ethiopia. Do you guys do Christmas in Ethiopia? If you do, Merry Christmas. I hope you had a great one. I hope you had a great one. True Kenyan, the new generation is not pigeonholed by our inherent obligation to the motherland. We have feet in both places. They don't. It's less stress. Oh, by the way, that's a good point. That's a good point, by the way. No wonder we are so conflicted. Let me not generalize. No wonder I'm so conflicted sometimes. Because you're like, mguu moja iko hapa, one leg is in here, one foot is on this side. So you're Kenyan, you're American. But your kid is, especially for our kid, is African American because the dad was American. So she's mostly American because she was born here. So her and her friends and that group of people who were born here, they don't have much deep roots in Kenya like I do. So I guess that's where the conflict comes of now which path do you follow, because we want to follow our traditions because that's what we were told to do and we never used to question anything. And I think that has started to fade away with this new generation because they question everything. You know what I mean? As opposed to us, you could not ask your parent anything. Once your parent says something, it's final. That's what is going to be done. But the new generation, they question everything. You're welcome from Ethiopia. Ni ukweli, it's true. And we can go on and on about this, the difference between our generation and our kids now. Our kids, we can have that debate all day. And sometimes we can't see eye to eye. We are like this. We are like this. And then the more you think you're coming closer together to a meeting point, and then you go like this again. But They're our kids. We love them. We raised them the way we knew how, and we have to be accommodative. We have to be open to learn. We have to be to know that they're in a different setting. This is a different time. It's not the same, and that realization sometimes for parents is a difficult pill to swallow, because you want to raise your kids the way you were raised, not remembering that this is 2024, and life has changed. Things are not the same. So we have to extend grace to them, and they should also extend grace to us, so that we can just find a compromise of how we're going to raise our kids here in the US. So yeah, I appreciate your comments on today's live. I really appreciate. I didn't think anybody was going to be here, because I thought, excuse me, I thought everybody was out cooking chapos and nyama choma. Nyama choma. Is there anybody in Delaware on this live? Delawareans, where are you guys? What are you guys doing today? Most people are off today. Oh, by the way, if you're working in healthcare, I don't know about other places. If you're working in healthcare, you get paid double time. Well, sometimes it's time and a half. So if you usually make $30, today you're making $60 an hour. So some people do what we call overtime. So they pick up hours. So let's say you are supposed to work 8 hours today, and they need somebody to work, because some people don't like to work holidays. So they switch the holidays, and then sometimes they don't have enough staff. So if you pick up that shift and you do a double shift, so you're making bank today. Today is a holiday. So people that are at work are getting paid double time. But also you have to realize that the more overtime you make, the more you get taxed. So I came to realize that the more, those are things, by the way, that you learn on the job. You nobody tells you that. You learn through experience. So the more overtime you make, the more the higher the taxes. So there's a threshold that you can be you're working so many hours, and you're thinking, oh my God, this month I'm going to take home so much money. But then that does not translate in the paycheck, because the taxation is high. So taxes is something else that. Ati, you're coming here, because you had the double time, man. Today's double time. I think New Year's, Thanksgiving, those major 6 or 7 holidays is usually double time or time and a half, depending on where you're working. True Kenyan. Healthcare is a great industry to make money. It is stressful, but it's lucrative. It does not matter what it is. Yeah, it is. The money is there, but you're going to work for the money. The money is there. But I think it's all about the mindset. It's all about the mindset and what the goals are for you, for yourself in life, the individual goals that you have. What is it that you're trying to get from the job? Because a lot of people use jobs as a source of income, so that they can get capital to start a business. Some people use the jobs here as African immigrants. They utilize the jobs here. They save and send money back home. They build back home, though. They start businesses back home. So it's up to you to whatever goals that you have in life. It's up to you. Yeah, I was talking to somebody from Africa, not from Kenya. I think it was just yesterday, and we were talking about whether I was asking people whether they would go back. They would go back to their country after a while, and she said no, she'll never go back. Because her family is here. So once I started digging to find out how come, and I found out that for the lucky ones, most of their family members are here. So she was like, my mom is here, my dad is here, The other one said even my grandmother is here. I'm like, holy cow, everybody's here. So you really have no reason. Their brothers are here, they're married, they got kids. You really have no reason to go back. And she was like, I'm not going back. My life is here. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. As opposed to me, where everybody is back home. The only family I have is my cousins up north in Vancouver. So that makes sense. So some people will save their money. They will live with like the way, way, way below their means here for like 5 or something years. They will save up and then they will go back home and do big things, right? The other alternative somebody was telling me was working, going to school, getting your healthcare license or whatever, nursing license or whatever license that you're going to get, then work, go back home, have your investments and settle back home, and then come back here occasionally, like once or twice a year, and do work through agency as a nurse and work for like 3 months here, make more money, and then go back home. It's like, because once you have the papers and you're not out of status, especially if you have a citizenship and you have dual citizenship for Kenyans, we're lucky to have that. You can do that. And those are just options. People are just talking. We were just talking about because kila mtu alikuwa analia because everybody was crying the way life is hard here. And the inflation is just ridiculous. Haron nasema we have to shift from our paradigms, especially the millennials. Yeah, it's true. It's a different. We gotta change our mindset, and sometimes we don't want to accept that because change is hard. Not everybody wants to change. Not everybody wants to change. People are so used to what they know. And we don't want to change. We just want to stay that way because that's what we're used. Change is difficult sometimes, and it takes time. But I think we just have to be cognizant of the fact that we're in a different setting. We are in a different setting for real. So our children cannot be raised the way we raise them. We still can instill, the basic traditions of respect, of discipline, of hard work, of self-respect. Those values we can instill. But other things of, like, there was one immigrant child who was born. They're not children anymore, but they were born here. Either they were born here or their parents came here when they were little. So they've grown up here in the American culture. And he was like, some of the African parents suck because they force us to do things the way they did back there, and they don't give us any consideration. They don't listen to us. They're just forcing us to do things. They are shoving their dreams down our throats. We don't want to do the things they're asking us to do and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that makes sense. But so I feel like both the parents and the children, should meet at a common ground. Kila mtu should listen to the other party. Yeah, gone are the days where parents used just to talk and the children just used to listen, and children want to be seen and not heard. That doesn't happen anymore. So those are some of the conversations we've been having the whole of last week after I posted my video that you guys, I appreciate you watching that video. If you haven't watched it, just watch and see if it resonates with you. It's called American Dream, something about the American dream and how to and the rat race. And I'm tired of just chasing my tail every day, without, I don't see where this journey is going. So the video is called Stuck in the Rat Race. Where is the American Dream? Escape the 9-to-5 grind. So if you haven't watched that video, please watch it. Leave me your comments. There's a whole discussion going on in the comment section. And I appreciate you guys reaching out and participating in the comments. So Merry Christmas once again. If I don't get to do another live before New Year's or after New Year's, I wish you guys Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. May all your dreams come true, whatever you're planning for 2025. I pray that God will meet you at the point of your needs, whatever you're praying for. I pray that you receive it. I wish you a prosperous 2025. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you guys for watching. Have a Merry Christmas.